What's good, folks? Family, friends, loved ones, enemies, frenemies, wizards, witches, muggles, mudbloods, people have been alerted to another episode of Disguised Coverage, the only podcast that gives you an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin, presented by the best pizza in Buffalo, New York. That is One Pie Pizza. Find the online menu in the episode show notes, whether here on YouTube or whichever podcasting app or platform you are listening to this show on. I am your host, Anthony Prohaska. Find me on Twitter at pro__ant. That's pro 2_ANT. Find me on Blue Sky at proant. No underscores there, just PROANT. In this edition of Disguised Coverage, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We've had a lot of conversation on this show over the past several months. Prospects for the draft, position groups for the draft, individual player evaluations and breakdowns, high-level conversation of what this class is in totality, where the strengths are, where the depth is, where the weaknesses are or vulnerabilities, what this Bills roster looks like, the needs that exist in the short term and the long term, and all that conversation, all that analysis kind of keeps bubbling up and coming to a head with the draft. A week away, essentially. We are, 9 days away from the 2026 NFL draft. And so being in that state of mind, being as close as we are, and being at this stage in the offseason, thought, you know what? We've talked about what the Bills should do at pick 26. We talked in detail at all these pieces. Let's kind of do some practical application. Let's have fun. Let's play a game. And to play that game, the mock draft game here in this episode of Discoverage. Yikes. 1 minute, 52 seconds in, first flub, not a good start. I am joined by Mr. Russell Brown of the Draft Report, of Lions Wire, of the Detroit Lions podcast, buddy of mine, tag team partner with myself in crime. You folks probably know him for the multitude of great football work he does, NFL stuff. Your NFL stuff is great. You know ball. You coach high school ball. You know what's up. But I, for me at least, not to say you're not great everywhere, because you are, but I think you hit your stride. I think you hit your stride and shine every year when it comes to the draft. Your analysis, your fits, your player grades, your evaluations. It's nice comment here from the chat from Matt saying that the powers are back. I'm Randy Savage. I refuse to be Hulk Hogan. He's a horrible person. We can both be Macho Man. We'll both be Macho Man.
Macho Man 1 and 2. It's like
that's right.
Point Clown 1 and 2.
Exactly it. Or you could, if we were to, I'll be generous. You could be Macho Man. I'll be Miss Elizabeth, and we'll go from that. Yeah. But I appreciate you, Matt. Very good. Russ, you really shine come draft time. Your knowledge of evaluation and technique and fit and scheme and everything. You really get to excel and shine. And so I'm happy to have you back. You were here several weeks ago. We had a great episode breaking down a bunch of first-round targets. And so I thought it'd be fun to have you back, put a little bow on that, and do a mock draft. Thank you for taking the time. Welcome back.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Far too kind of an intro. Appreciate Pops Mafia for cracking me up at the beginning. Has that Lions fan put out his draft guide for this year yet?
That's funny.
Appreciate it. But no, happy to be here. No draft guide this year. Just going to drop my big board that's incredibly lengthy already as far as like descriptions and characters and words. I mean, we're already at the 10,000 word mark. So just one of those things, just writing away over here and add all my positives and negatives to the players. But no, happy to be here. Excited to do this mock draft. Haven't done as many separate team mock drafts aside from the Lions this year. So kind of excited to do this one, especially doing it live, because I mean, I've done, a couple for different teams, but not too many. And I actually haven't done a Bills one yet. So I'm excited for this one. What's up, Ron? How are you?
I'm pumped. I want to grab this real quick from Arthur. He said, that's not a Celtic shirt, is it? No, absolutely not. This is a shout out to Russ and his Detroit Red Wings for taking the Lightning to overtime last night, and Red Wings lost, and I'm sorry you guys didn't make the playoffs, but
please talk.
Yeah, not great. What is it, 8 years in a row or something like that?
10, just 10, no biggie.
Can't relate this year because the Sabres finally made the playoffs, but part of the reason they clinched the Atlantic was because the Red Wings took the Lightning to OT. The Lightning got an overtime win instead of a regulation win, so with the Sabres win last night, they clinched the Atlantic, and essentially the 2 seed, if we're playing it old school ways in the NHL. I'm wearing my Sabres hat. I am wearing, it's one of my favorite jerseys, tied to the Sabres, but it's not a Sabres jersey. I am wearing a Hartford Whalers Jeff Sanderson jersey. One of my favorite, Yeah, one of my favorite deadline deals. One of my favorite Sabres. Little me was enamored with Jeff Sanderson. I used him all the time in NHL '94 with the Whalers. So yeah, this is one of my favorite jerseys. I'm not gonna do the turnaround and show, but yeah, I love the hell out of this team.
Dude.
Yeah.
You know what we got to do next time
Hmm.
we go to Mobile? Somebody's got to pack a N64, a PlayStation, a
Oh,
Sega,
dude.
and we got to
We'd
play
never get
NHL
anything
94.
done though. We'd never, I wouldn't go to practice.
I mean, that's fair.
You know
But
what
I'm just
though?
saying,
I tell you what we do. We go to practice each day, then we get food on the way back from that Mexican spot, and then we just
oh,
sit in the Airbnb or the hotel and we just talk ball and play NHL 94 for like 5-6 hours and then go to sleep and
dude,
rinse and repeat.
I love every minute of it. I
I
would
kind
love
of
it.
would be down for that.
We could do a podcast and just live stream it and talk
Oh
ball
my
and play
God,
NHL 94.
dude, that would be super sick. And I would
I
definitely
hijack this
absolutely.
show every single
That's
time
fair.
with
Yeah,
the intro.
yeah, we were doing
45
so good
minutes,
on
my
time.
ass.
We were doing so good on time. Look what you did. Look what you did. Yeah, we're trying to be. Everybody's probably going to laugh at us because they know how long I go, and then plus you. I'm trying to keep this episode roughly 45 minutes to an hour. Don't want to go too crazy long. For myself and Russ both have early days tomorrow.
Yeah.
Plus, from a content perspective, but I'm off to a good start right now. I like this comment from Roy, who said, "I lived in Hartford for 20 years. I was a fan of watching who was worse, the Whalers or the Sabres."
Dang.
Well, the
dude.
Sabres were pretty sweet for a while in the 90s, and then
Oh yeah.
going through. Depends on kind of how your timeline there when that 20 years took place, but I understand that.
I just can't get over the Jeff Sanderson pull. I'm sorry. That's got
Oh,
me. You got my cage rattled right
oh,
now. I'm
dude,
just going.
I've got like, I think I've told you, I've got like
Oh yeah.
between all sports, yeah, I've got like probably 60 something jerseys. What I need to do, what I want to do, and I tell myself this every year, I want to take. There was a thing on like social media a couple years ago where it was like Sports Jersey Saturday or something like that, and people were taking pictures of their jerseys. I want to fold all my jerseys and like put them on like the living room floor and get up on a ladder and take a picture of them because that's the only way I can get them all in like one shot. Um, but yeah, I've got a ton. Like this is one of my favorites. I've also got a Peter Forsberg Quebec Nordiques jersey and a Joe Sakic Quebec Nordiques jersey.
That's unreal.
Yeah, I've got like a Black Kings Wayne Gretzky. I honestly have too many jerseys to count. I've got a Pavel Bure Canucks jersey and a Pavel Bure Russian jersey from one of the teams he played on in Russia. Like my jersey game spans it's soccer, basketball, hockey, football, college football. Yeah, it goes intense.
Yeah. Hey, Boy Green. Shout out Boy Green over here. Jets fan.
No, he's going to be rude. I don't even want. I'm going to read it. He says, "Hey, quick question, boys. With the Buffalo Sabres going from worst to first, winning the division, does that mean I should buy my Jets 2026 AFC East Championship gear? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks."
He's awesome,
I
man.
hate.
He's one of the best.
No, he's great.
One of the best in the business. One of the
He's
best.
great. I've been doing an appearance on one of the shows that he's a part of every Thursday, and he's always trying to rile me up a little bit, but it's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. He's a good guy. This is a good place. We're in a good place, right? The Sabres are in a good place. The Bills maybe are kind of in a good place. We don't know.
We're gonna get him in a good place tonight.
We're gonna get him in a good place. Shout out to Paul Boy Green. I'm not shouting out the Jets though, but to each their own.
And shout out the jersey collection. Great jersey collection.
Yes, thank you. I really do need to take a picture of all of them. I've got an insane amount. Yeah, they're one of my jerseys, hats, and sneakers. That's really the only thing I buy. Also for posterity's sake, for this episode, we will be doing this mock draft via Stick to the Model. That was the preference of Russ. And I like that platform, used it a bunch last year. And what I also like about that, all like you folks know if you follow me on social, I do a lot of mocks through like PFF. I don't do them like officially. I just do like if I'm waiting in the lobby of like a doctor's appointment, or if I'm like waiting in the car wash line, or if I'm waiting for anywhere from like 2 to 5 minutes for something, I'm just like, let me do a mock draft real quick.
Yep.
But I've been doing all of them through PFF. I haven't really done much of anything with Stick to the Model. I played around with it yesterday and today, but I say that to say I can't game up Stick to the Model. Like PFF, I've done so many that I know, okay, I can trade back with this team. This is what they'll accept. These are the picks I can get. And it's not very real, knowing that I have that safety net in the back of my mind. So that being said, we don't have that safety net. It's just straight up to stick to the model.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we're going to do in this episode. Mock draft simulator, fun, good times. I'm on it right now. We'll start to bring it up. Russ, let's kind of, as I start to bring this up and cue this up, looking at the Bills, do you have any non-negotiables for them? Is there anything when you look at this team? It could be one thing, it could be a multitude of things. Is there something where you look at the Bills right now and you're like, they have to come away from the draft with this type of player or this specific player? Is there a position? Is there a guy that you think in particular at that position? Just anything high level when you're looking at this team where you're like, you know what? Or again, you've done a multitude of like league wide mocks. Is there something particular you're looking for in round one? Like, where's your head at when it comes to like priority, focus, urgency for this Bills team in the draft?
Well, I mean, I've seen some comments so far in the chat where it's like, hey, don't draft offensive line early for them, so on and so forth. And I get it. People probably don't want us to target Chase Basantis here coming up in a couple of minutes. But if they don't go Chase Basantis at left guard, that's fine. But you're going to need somebody. And I'm not saying like Alec Anderson can't be the starter at left guard, but you need to make sure you have some insurance there because it can't be Austin Corbett. It can't be Lloyd Cushenberry. It can't be just McGovern. I guess it could be, but I don't know how I would sit knowing that my quarterback's coming off of an injury. We want to keep the ground game going with James Cook. You want to be sure that the pass catchers have time to run routes and get open. So I think just like for me, the non-negotiable is I've got to come away in this draft with a quality left guard. And it could be a right guard that I move to left guard, but I think like getting somebody that fits Joe Brady and is able to do a variety of things, whether it be from zone or gap, and you might not necessarily get all of that. You might be a guy that is only good at pin and pull or only good with zone blocking, whatever the case may be. Like Sam Hecht, for example. If I take him as a center, I might move him to guard, but I really only like him for zone and pin and pull because I don't know if he can do everything from a gap and power element to his game. So for starters, that's the one for me where I'm like, guard. I need a guard. I need to shore up the offensive line. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I feel when I look at the offense. How can I make this offense better? And I just think getting a left guard at some point in this draft, you have to.
And it's funny looking at that left side because also if you're just thinking of the interior in general, right? Connor McGovern re-signed this year, so center's good. Left tackle with Dawkins, right tackle with Spencer Brown, and you're thinking, okay, right guard. You spoke about left, but right guard, you're like, oh, okay, you got Osiris Torrance. You really need to invest in the left. Osiris Torrance is in the final year of his deal because he was a second-round pick several years ago. He's going into year 4, so he is a UFA next offseason. I am of the belief with how the guard market has exploded the last several years. I think Osiris Torrance is going to get paid like capital PAID. Good for him. I don't think the Bills should be the ones to pay him what I think he's going to get on the market. So you could kind of stem that tide a little bit rather than going into next offseason and being like, we need a left guard and a right guard. Maybe you get a left guard right now, and maybe Alec Anderson is the in-house guy and he is the truth. Or you could go left guard now, shore that up, and then you're just looking at one potential hole or spot on the offensive line next year. I'm always of the belief of, I'm not necessarily on guard early, potentially. I understand the notion for it. I am of the belief of you take off offensive line and corners. Yeah, every year. I'm taking them every year. Like I'm always taking offensive line. I'm always taking a corner. I'm probably always taking some kind of edge or some kind of defensive lineman. I just think trenches and corners, I'm always taking that every year, even if I don't need them. It could be round 6, round 5, round 7. I'm always taking corners and trench guys. And that's always where I'm going to go. And so I can see the notion. I know offensive line has gotten a little more attention lately. And I also think, Austin Corbett and Alec Anderson could battle it out. I think I'd be okay with Corbett at left guard. I have to dive into the Corbett tape. I just realized that right now that I haven't because he signed when I was traveling for work a couple weeks
I
ago.
got to do the Borum tape for the Lions too, so we're in the same boat.
Fair. We're in the same boat. Boats all aboard. Interesting. All right. I like where your head's at. I'm bringing up the mock. I'm going to take the banner off so we can see everything full screen. For those who didn't see what I did off screen, I've got the speed at normal. It's right in the middle selector. And then the mock setting, the second bar at the bottom, if you've ever done stick to the model, you can turn the slider more to the right and kind of make it mixed in terms of realistic and stuff like that, or like random. I kept it at the first bar. So we were doing a realistic setting. We're doing a moderate speed. I haven't done a ton on stick to the model. We cannot game this up, or at least I can't. And Russ hasn't done a ton of mocks for the Bills. So we're not here knowing like, okay, these are the teams that are going to offer us trades at pick 26. This is what we're going to do. And yeah, we're going to go through, make every pick, maybe make some trades. Everybody joining us live in this episode, let us know what you want done at each pick. If we're sitting there at 26 and you want to trade, we'll look at them, call it. If you want to pick for a certain player or position, call it. If you're not watching live and you're watching post live, feel free to critique and drop everything in on YouTube. Put it in the comments there or get at us on social. Like, can't believe you guys did this at 26, or hey, great trade, or hey, Anthony's super handsome. Like, have you ever considered modeling? Little things like that. Whatever's, on the forefront of your brain. Also, feel free to yell at us. Even though this is a simulation that is for fun and has no real world implications. I know how mock drafts go. And if you don't take the player that somebody wants, they get really angry. So yeah, good times. Good times. All right. You ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. Russ, you can see the chat, right?
Right now I'm in full screen just because.
Coward. No, I get it because you're a coward. I get it. No, I get it. All right, I get it.
I'll
take care of that while I'm running them. No, I got it.
I got you.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll put the team on my back. I'll Shawn Michaels this thing for you, Janetti. I got you.
We're good. I just had to.
No, sure, I got it. No, I got it. Stab me in the back live on the show. I got it. I got it. All right, ready? I'm going to start.
Yep.
Here we go. These stress the hell out of me. I'm so stressed because I have no idea like what's going to happen. I'm just going to click the button.
Carnell Tate at 2. Come on.
This is moving really fast.
Monroe Freeling, let's go. We're celebrating in the streets.
Okay, oh, interesting. Okay, so we're going to go back. Let's see for everybody. All right, Mendoza. Yeah, ooh, man. Bro, if the Jets took Tate at 2, I'm dancing in the streets if I'm a Bills guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Tate, Reese. Maui Noah to the Titans.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I do see Tate being a guy that goes potentially, 6 or.
Yeah, I'm thinking the ceiling for me is the Browns at 6. I don't think he goes ahead of that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Either way, it doesn't throw anything off too much because he was going to go in this range. So we're just swapping teams more so. But that's just Sonny Styles dropping to 8 is interesting. Oh, the Chiefs took Bane. That would
that would make sense.
Makes sense.
But my point was going to be that I could see the Jets moving up from 16 and getting up to get a receiver, not Carnell Tate. I mean, maybe Carnell Tate, but not Carnell Tate.
James, that's very nice. He said I could model sports jerseys. I like the connection. I like the connection a lot.
There you go.
Oh, I got to stop. We got a super chat. Man, we're just going to end up getting a ton of super chats. They're going to delay us, but I'll take it. Thank you for being here. Marino's Legacy 21. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. The question is, if a great cornerback prospect fell, are we overthinking it by not taking a really good player to premium position? Kansas City had 3 great corners in 2023, and it was a massive reason for their historical defensive run. I love Pons. I mean, so many people love Pons.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's so tough, right? Because best player available, and this is just draft philosophy in general, not even Bills specific. Obviously, we're tying it into the Bills, but best player available is usually tied to some semblance of need.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is worth a conversation. Like, and I know a lot of this for the Bills has come from, I think Mel Kiper and some other people had like Avian Terrell mocked to them several weeks ago. And everybody was kind of balking at that. I really like Avian Terrell. I don't care what 40 time he ran. He's a little different because I think he could also play some nickel, and he's an absolute dog in the run game. So is Pons. But yeah, what's your kind of thought on that? If you're a team where you're already kind of your top 2 starters are penciled in at corner, but there's like a really good corner prospect available there for you, Do you take that specifically again, if we're tying it into the Bills, is it overthinking it if there's a really good corner there, knowing it's like, well, corner's not as big of a need as interior defensive line or defensive end in the odd front or edge or linebacker or wide receiver? Like, how do you
Yeah.
kind of justify that for the Bills or in general?
No, I think if you have the best player on your board and he's there, and obviously, I think it does depend a little bit on where you're drafting, so to speak. A little bit matters, but at the end of the day, like it's all about drafting good football players. So, like in this instant, like the player that for me, if I'm the Bills, it would be Jermod McCoy. I think there's a chance he falls a little bit,
Yeah, there's some
and
reports that came out today about that, right? About him not getting cleared for medicals and things.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, it sounds like that knee could be something that is long term. It's gonna cause some pain issues, kinda what Kirby Joseph's going with right now in Detroit at safety.
Mm,
So, I think if he can handle the pain and he can play, sure.
yeah.
But at the same time, we're talking about a new head coach. I think this is a pick they've gotta get right. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I think Jermod McCoy would be that player for me, but if you're taking D'Angelo Ponds here, I mean, that would have to be like that's your highest ranked player.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one of those where it's like, well, we know we're not getting him on the on the second turn here, so let's take him now. But I think you do take best player available whenever you can. And
Fair.
in this case, that would be Caleb Lomu on the board, but I know that's not the direction we're gonna go here.
I'm torn on the direct. Oh, and again, very good question. Marino's legacy. I like that. I
Yes,
like
great.
that a lot. I'm again. I said it a couple weeks ago on Disguise coverage. Like, if the Bills went corner in round one, I would be like, oh, that's not right. But if it was the right corner, I'd get over it.
Yeah,
Especially too, because I mean, it's tough if like you're taking. So, like, say you take a corner in round one, right? And he's a good player, whoever it is, then like he's your corner three and he's not really seeing the field, or that means Max Hairston isn't seeing the field, or you're rotating him basically. And then it's like, okay, could you have gotten proper value? There's a value proposition conversation. My thought of it is always tied to more of corners get hurt all the time because of the
yeah,
nature of the position. Like, they're in conflict, they're always moving. It's really easy to turn something the wrong way or pop something the wrong way. And then on top of it, Hairston is a bit of a smaller corner. He's already gotten hurt. Is he going to keep getting banged up? He's been banged up at Kentucky already. Like, is he somebody you can rely on? Do you need to? I said it, and it wasn't because of what Mel Kiper did. I said it a couple weeks ago of corner three is kind of like a sneaky need that no one's talking about for the Bills because, again,
yeah.
corner is a premium position. Those dudes get banged up, and Hairston's been banged up. And so your corner three is probably going to play at some point, and then you kind of go, okay, is it worth it to take it early? Is it day two? Is it day one? Is it day three? So on and so forth. But really good thought provoking conversation there. All right, I'm seeing some thoughts in the chat. I want to go back in case nobody saw it. Casey Concepcion, a lot of Bills Mafia loving Casey Concepcion. He went to the Raiders. Well, that's a fun
Wow,
pick. Interesting. I'm
that's
interested to
awesome.
see. Yeah, that is. I'm interested to see where he goes in general. Oh wow,
Yes.
the Steelers took Ty Simpson in round one
Okay.
here. Okay. You know what? This is a sneaky one, and then we'll start to get into the details because we do have 4 trade offers. Keldrick Falk was one for me that if he fell, he muddies the
Yeah.
waters a little bit for me for the Bills because I think he could play as that 4-eye in the odd front. Like, I like him much more as a 4-eye than I do as a true edge or end man on the line of scrimmage, either 3-4 or 4-3. But I think with his traits and the upside, I like a guy that I know as a rookie I can plug in as the 4-eye and he can get the job done against the run. And then his ceiling is I could also flex him out in a 2-point stance off the edge and maybe let him rush a little bit. I think he's got some subtle hand usage, some nice fluidity. He was one that if he fell, he kind of gums up because my preference is trade down at 26 almost no matter what, unless the
Yeah.
right guy is there. Keldrick Falk is a guy that I've been like, ooh, I think he falls into my bucket of the right guy that could force me to pick at 26.
I'm with you there because I'm just viewing it from a Lions perspective here at 17. Like the way I've kind of addressed a board mentally in my head for them specifically is Blake Miller and Keldrick Falk. I just think that those are 2 players that Detroit would be all over in this draft with like Caleb Lomu and probably Caden Proctor as like close third and fourth choices if
Mm,
needed. But I'm with you here. Keldrick Falk would be the one that makes so much sense with Jim Leonard and playing various defensive fronts, especially with an
Mhm,
odd front, and you can move them around so much. In this scenario though, with what we're looking at on the board, I do like the idea of trading down,
mhm,
um, simply because there's two players that stand out right away, and you already know who they are: Asher's Howell and Akeem Messidor. The fact that
mhm.
we might be able to move down, let's say 4 or 5 spots, and still get one of those guys. I don't know what the offers are, but I mean,
Who
that's
is so you're if you had to make the pick at 26 right now, who would it be between for you for the Bills? Say we had
I'm
to
go
stay here.
yeah, I'm going with my top ranked player. That's Akeem Messidor for me. So that
Interesting.
that would be the player for me. But I get it. There's reasons to why he's here. He's 25. He's got the foot issue. Um,
Interesting.
there's
Fair.
people worried about the second contract, and Brad Holmes kind of confirmed that. Like, I've always been under the belief of, like, that doesn't, if you're winning now, it doesn't really matter. But Brad Holmes kind of insinuated the other day with a Lions presser, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, you have to account for the second contract and the age, and we're starting to see these older prospects, so that certainly goes into account." Which is maybe why they've structured deals the way that they have, with 1 year deals, 3 year deals, and they option kind of those 3 year deals. Oh, Kendall,
Mhm.
what up?
Kendall says this board typically leads me to trade down or stick and then pick McDonald or Lawrence. Good luck, brothers. Godspeed. We love Kendall. So, and I wanted to bring this up because it's Kendall, but also too, like if I had to pick here, and I know a lot of fans like Omar Cooper. I also get some fans who like Dylan Thieneman. If I had to pick here, if I'm sitting here and you tell me I got to pick at 26, I'm probably taking Caden McDonald
I knew you were going to say
if
that.
I had to. But
Well, what are
here's
the
my
trade offers?
so we are going to get
Oh,
into
go
that.
ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm saying my the trade off is I think you can get that role, that Caden McDonald role. I think you can get that in round 3. So
I
I'd
believe
rather
you.
not use it now, but then also I don't want to play the game of being like, we can get that later. And then we get to later and I'm like, oh, all those guys are gone. This sucks. Like,
Yeah,
all
that's
right, let's look at the
true.
trades. Let's look at the trades. Okay. I don't want to deal with the Chiefs though. I love this immediately. The Chiefs get 26 and we get 40 and 74. Or we move back to okay, there's a lot of options here. Okay.
I think if
See,
you click it, it should
yes,
expand it.
it does. Right now from if I'm going off of this, hold on, I'm going back. Yeah, like if we click into it, it'll tell you. So what's cool with this version too is it gives you like the futures aspect. So um actually this isn't a bad deal. Houston gives us a second round pick next year and we only move back 2 spots. Um I actually like this deal. I know for the sake of this exercise, I'm thinking maybe we should keep it more towards 2026 instead of being like, oh, here's the value we got. Although next year's draft is a very good draft class as it's
Yeah.
shaping up now. I
Would
kind of
you
want
be
to see. Go ahead, tell me.
with Kansas City, would you be opposed to moving down with them, still getting their first, and like getting pick 74 and
Oh,
maybe
so
something?
that's the one. Like this one, if I had to accept one of these as they are without editing them, I would take Kansas City's. I would move back to 40 and then also get 74 while I'm at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we
Because my
counter.
MO is I want to get as many day 2 picks as possible. Give me as many picks between 35 and 90 as possible is what I
Yeah,
ideally want. Um,
because the value's through the roof.
yeah. Now, also also what I kind of want to counter for Houston, I also kind of want to be like, okay, like pick 28, interesting. Maybe I kind of want to see like, yeah, poor value. They won't accept that. I'm just like clicking things. Nobody yell at me. Like, why would you even do that? I'm just clicking things to see what's up. Because my ideal is like, okay, if we can move back to 28, okay, I still would like to pick up something this year. So, no, these aren't happening. These are wholly unrealistic. Oh, sorry, I have all these things. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either if I was Houston. But what if we offer? No, I don't think it's going to work with Houston. Let's go. The Chiefs. This
Yeah,
is
because that
good
would,
though.
I know, but they would get 3 first round
I
picks, dude.
know, and I don't wanna help them. It's oh, this is really cool from, shout out to Giannis. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chat. Giannis says, "What's up from Norway?" Can't wait for your draft
Damn.
analysis. Thank you very much.
That's awesome, dude.
All right. Everybody in the chat, what do we think? Do we want to trade here? What do we want to do? I'm clicking different offers. Minnesota also has, oops, I went too far. I can't click the pencil. 36. Interesting.
That's not horrible.
36 and 82 versus 40 and 74. And I feel like I'd rather do Kansas City's deal.
Yeah. The only benefit is that you'd be doing it with Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't want to do business with Kansas City. I know that sounds petty, but it's more about self-preservation. Yeah, Andy says it in the chat. The KC trade is exactly what we want. It really is. I don't want to do it with Kansas City.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to just try it for the exercise?
Hold on. I'm leaning to it. Nathan says get their 4th round pick to offer a 5th and make the trade. Are you saying if the 4th round pick from Kansas City? Is that where your head is at? All right, let's go back to Kansas City. I feel like I'm making a deal with the devil, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like this is
like if they offer, okay, like, yeah, it is shady. I don't feel good about it. Okay, I would say, give me pick 109. They're not going to accept the 5th. The value isn't there. Well,
unless you did 126, maybe, or whatever that is.
I want that. They probably do that. Yeah, they would do that. And I don't want to do that. I want the fleece. I want to make the deal that makes all the Chiefs fans go, that's what I want.
I'm with you, but that 126 to 109 jump is a pretty nice move. Especially if we're talking guards.
Fair. I also want more capital because, like, we might want to trade back from 40 to maybe like 45 and pick up another pick in the 70s or something.
Yeah, or we could move from 40 to, I don't know, 35 or something. Fair. And then we take 109 and get 129 or what, I don't know. I'm just using another example. But
all right, so let me see. So I'm thinking right now, I would offer this in a heartbeat of, 26 and 165 for 40, 74, and 109. I'm thinking let's offer it. They'll probably say no. And if they say no, we'll probably take Kansas City's deal. Is that where your head is at? Let's start with this. I'm going to offer this. Are you cool with offering this? We give up 26 and 165 and we get 40, 74, and 109.
Yeah, roll it. Roll the dice.
Oh, or to Arthur's point, you could do the Houston deal and then see what comes up in 2 picks. We might get another trade offer. Yeah, but Houston's offering us a future.
Yeah, and trading down multiple times I don't think is realistic either.
Charles says take Mesidor or Lawrence. Man, James is trying to game it up. This is one of the proposals I put in the episode last week. Try Cleveland 39-70 and then they're 5th in 2027. No, Roy says 30 minutes in and no pick. This is definitely going to take longer than an hour. No, this is setting the table for the whole draft. Once we get to picks like the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they'll rattle through. We're setting the tone with everything here. All right, so I'm going to offer this deal. We're going to dance with the devil. Is that what we're doing, Russ?
Let's go MJF here. Let's do it, dude. Let's walk with the devil.
So mad that he beat Kenny. Spoiler for anybody who didn't watch Dynasty this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to propose this deal. They're probably going to say no. Okay, they rejected it. Okay. Understood.
Or we stay and we just take Cade McDonald. But I want
to trade back.
Okay. We're trading back. We're trading back.
Hold on. Let's see what Houston wants to do here. You could trade back to 28 and pick up pick 106. Nah, I want a day 2 pick.
Yeah, if you're moving back, you got to get an additional day 2 pick, even if it's like a 90 or something.
Minnesota is 36 and interesting. 36 and 82. If Minnesota would do this, what is the Chiefs deal? The Chiefs is 40 and 74. Do we want 40 and 74 or 36 and 82? And not deal with Kansas City?
36 and 82, I think. I think that.
Yeah.
And you, yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
Probably.
Minnesota? And that way we don't deal with Kansas City? Oh, yeah. Derek says it right now. Counter the trade proposal from Minnesota. And Nathan says, fleece the Chiefs. We tried.
Yeah, we tried, dude.
Derek says, counter the trade proposal from Minnesota for a 2nd and 3rd this year. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So we would get the second and third this year. Or
I
no, I don't want 97. I want 82.
yeah, I think that
Yeah.
that's
36.
pretty solid.
We pick up it. We pick so it's the Chiefs is 40 and 74. The Vikings is 36 and 82.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, maybe you look. Yeah, I think this is fine. I
Because I
think
think
this
this
is
is close, and also you don't help a team you're competing with.
right.
Charles says, do it. I'm doing it. Yep. Derek says 36 and 82 and do the deal with the NFC. And Kendall, yep, this is where my mind is at. Better front end player with the 36, then get decent player value at 82, and you don't have to trade with KC. I'd go with the
Yeah,
Minnesota deal. I would say,
yeah,
Kendall, I know you got a lot of wonky stuff in real life. Just suit up on with the camera, bro, and just hop in the stream. What are we
right.
doing?
What are we
All
doing?
right. Okay, let's offer this, see what they do. They're probably watching
Yeah.
this
Oh
again.
yeah.
All right, now, all right. So 36 and 82. I want to make sure I didn't click anything wrong. 36 and 82, pick 26. Okay. All right. Good job. I think we all came to a pretty good decision here
Great
as a
job.
chat and as yeah, great job, everyone. High five. Well done, everyone. Good job,
That
team.
would be disappointing though, all the way to 26, and then you're like, oh, we're trading out of the first round. So you guys tomorrow night.
There. This was a pretty good war room decision, though. It's like we were a legit staff full of like
Dude,
multiple people. Yeah,
I got the notebook. I'm writing numbers down here.
I like it. I like it a lot. I was typing them into my Excel sheet over here. Charles came in from Facebook. It says not KC with 3
Yeah, dude.
exclamation points. All right, we
I'm
did.
with you.
All
We
right, so
can't
let's
do
see.
that.
All right, now we're gonna roll it and see what happens.
They
Oh,
took Dylan Thieneman. Yeah.
Oh, makes sense for Minnesota. They traded up and took. That's pretty realistic, actually. I think Thieneman would be. It's funny. They're like, oh, we lost Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
What can we replace him with a similar demographic? Oh, there's Dylan Thieneman. Okay. Oh, the Texans took Caden McDonald. Oh, that's such a good. Oh, the Packs got a Henniture.
Yeah. Seahawks taking Colton Hood. That's such a Seahawks pick.
Bro, I love the Cardinals taking McNeil Warren. Oh, and the
Yeah,
Jets
dude.
took Mesidor. Okay. Sorry
Damn.
for your loss. Oh, we
Pardon
also
my
have, okay.
French.
All right. All right. Now we're sitting here. Okay. We're at pick 36. We have trade offers. Do we want to look at the trade offers?
We can entertain it. And I know we were talking about not taking a guard, but I'm sorry, Chase Basantis is sitting here. We moved back, pick 36. But but if you want to go Malachi Lawrence, or if there's an edge rusher here
I tell you what. So say we had to go edge. And
yeah.
and I'm in a similar boat here with Kendall says. He says, oh, this comment here. If you do another mock, would you try this mock simulator I built? I absolutely would. If you get at me on Twitter, DM me at pro__ant, or if you're on Blue Sky at proant, no underscores there, DM me the link. I'll play with it, see what's up. Yeah, I'm always open to new platforms and everything. That's super cool. A lot of people saying Lawrence, and Kendall even says Kristen Miller and Malachi Lawrence still on the board. A lot of people saying Lawrence, Chris Miller or Lawrence. Now draft Malachi Lawrence. If I had to take an edge, and I want to ask your thoughts on this, if I had to take an edge right now, I would take Zion Young before I would take Malachi Lawrence, I think. What are your thoughts?
I'm not opposed to it. I have Zion Young ranked higher than Malachi Lawrence, so I'm okay with this. I think he's the better run defender. I think he sets the edge far more consistently. I think there's a lot to work with and mold within his frame. I mean, we're talking about 6'6", 260.
Yeah.
There's a lot to work with him. I think he can play standing up. He can play from a 3-point stance. I think the alignment versatility is there. He can move around a little bit. Maybe not as much as like Malachi Lawrence, because they had him doing all kinds of things like off-ball linebacker alignments and, blitzing up the middle and, tilt sevens, wide nines. He's playing 4 eyes. So I get Malachi Lawrence, but I think here, Zion Young, I'm for. I'm with Basantis here or Young. I'm on board with either one of those.
And I'll tell you, here's my thought with it. I think, and I'd say as a person who I like Malachi Lawrence, he's just so kind of I don't want to say this works. I feel like it's harsh, but I feel like Malachi Lawrence is lost as a run defender. And I don't know if it's coaching or it's him, but there's times where I'm just like, even like taking on pullers, it's like he's confused. Do I meet him as a force? Do I wrong arm him and spill? He just seems confused. There's some willingness there, but he seems confused. I like Malachi Lawrence is clearly the better pass rusher. Zion Young is clearly the better run defender. I think Zion Young is a better pass rusher than Malachi Lawrence is the run defender. Thus, I
Mhm.
think Zion Young is the better overall player. But for the Bills, you need more of a pass rush presence, pure pass rush presence off the edge. So I understand Lawrence. I also really like Kristen Miller here from um, Georgia. I have him in a similar tier to Cade McDonald, though I had McDonald higher. I I I particularly like how Kristen Miller takes on double teams and uses his hands, extends, sheds, wrenches guys back. Um, and I do think this is a fair point. Zion just seems like what we have. Lawrence is more fun for this team. Charles is banging to here. Lawrence's traits are off the charts, brings the speed / bend plus length. I do think he has more bend than he gets credit for, but I do think he has some stiffness to his game. He's not a big turn
Yeah.
the corner, run the hoop, run the arc type of guy.
Yep.
There's some R. Mason Thomas thoughts.
I
No.
couldn't do that
Don't
this
do this,
early.
Cameron. Cameron says, yay, another defensive end who isn't a great pass rusher. Never drafted those guys before. I think Zion Young has that ceiling in him with the
Yeah.
length and the strength and the traits. He can still push the pocket and pry dudes now, rip through, bend a little bit, and is really physical. So I don't want to. I don't want people to think Zion Young is pure run defense and nothing else. Noah Caleb Banks went already. He went in, I think, pick 20. Kendall with more Malachi Lawrence propaganda. Kendall says Lawrence has the tools versus the run. You can see it in flashes, but his gap discipline is bad with Chubb and Rousseau on the roster. And this is where I'm at with Chubb and Rousseau on the roster and Hoyt. I'd even put in there. I'd lean Lawrence just to diversify, but I still need to watch Young.
You wouldn't consider Lee Hunter here, huh?
If I'm taking defensive tackle right here, I'm taking Kristen Miller over Lee Hunter. I have Hunter more in the range and tier that I have Dominique Orange. I'm really torn on
Okay.
Hunter. Like some of his movement really scares me. I don't like guys who really bank on like winning quickly. And if they don't win quickly, what happens? But he's got some nice moves against double teams. He's got some moments where he's dropped the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, hold on.
No,
Before we do anything, let's I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. I do struggle with the D tackles in this class. I going into the Senior Bowl, I felt pretty good of like where I was, and then the further I got, the more tape I watched, the less and less I liked, and I have so many questions. And we've talked about this offline, like texting. And these defensive tackles, there's just so many questions with every single one of these guys
Yeah.
where I kind of lean away from going that route. I just saw him on the
Yes.
board, but like there's just so many guys at defensive tackle where I'm like, he does this well, but then he does this wrong, and this wrong. And then he
Mm-hmm.
continues to do it over and over. It's not like it's one-off stuff. So that's what I struggle with a lot of D tackles, consistency issues. And
Yep.
I don't know if like that's worth doing on my first pick, especially if it's going to be a guy that might just be a guy. And I get like every draft is like that, but I have a little bit more conviction drafting one of these pass rushers. And,
Mm-hmm.
and again, just I've mentioned Chase Besantis. That would be the only other player for me in this spot.
Kendall, you should watch Zion Young. He's got some fun tape. Zion Young flashed a bunch for me when watching actually
Josiah Trotter.
Trotter. Yep,
Yeah.
Trotter, and then McClellan as well.
Yeah. McClellan is
Oh,
fun.
McClellan
McClellan's
is fun. Yeah, I
fun.
know you love him.
And that would be the
But
player.
well, McClellan's another dude, and you said it. This whole interior defensive line class is all like, and not even this interior defensive line class. It's funny. I was talking about what I'm about to say now. Kendall, you'll know. I said this to Kendall the other day via text. I feel like so many guys who I like in this class have significant like yeah buts for me
Yeah.
in my
Yep.
notes. Like there's not enough dudes that I'm like, oh, I love this dude. Like,
Yeah, dude.
and years past, I always have that to some degree. Like the biggest dude who I love this year, like holistically, is Mansour Delane. But I love corners who play the run and who are physical and mean and
Yep.
nasty and also athletic. Like, and that profile tracks for me. But there's so many dudes, like, again, even Cade McDonald, who I like, is a yeah, but so is Kristen Miller, so is Dominique Orange, so is Daryl
Caleb
Jackson.
Banks.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, all the dudes on the interior are all like, yeah, but it's tough for me. Yeah. All right, let's look at some trade options. So Pittsburgh offered us 53 and 76 for 36. That's a big drop though to go from 36 to 53.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the Jets offered us 44 and a future. I don't want the future, but I'm thinking, would we want to do 44 and 103 for 36? would we move down 8 spots to pick up another 4th round pick, or you want to stay and make a selection?
I think you got to stay and make the
Copy.
pick.
All right. I'm
That's just my
thinking,
gut.
okay. I'm
Can you show me the
between.
list of edge while you're going on?
What do you
I'm
think you
sorry.
are? You're just gonna tell me what to do? This is.
If I could click it, dude, I would.
Going to tell the handsomest guy on this show what to do. This is where we're at for edge.
Man, Barham. Ooh.
Your boy.
As you were though. Go ahead. I'm just looking at the names.
No, if I'm so I think we're gonna pick right here. Everybody in the chat, feel free to put up who you want. I think we're gonna sit here and pick. I'm between Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, and Kristen Miller. My only reason for not leaning Miller is I think what are our picks now? We've got 82 and 91. I feel like at 82 or 91 we could take Daryl Jackson and I wouldn't be distraught.
Yeah, nope. Or Chris McClellan if he's there. I
just don't know. I feel like they need more of a run defense presence on the interior though, and I don't think McClellan gives you that.
I'm with you. Even Benny.
No. Yeah, Rayshon Benny, I'm okay with a little later. Like, part of me wants to say Miller, but then where are we at? And I can't see the chat. I'll go back to it in a minute. Okay, so then we go from 36 and we go to 82.
Man.
Like, what edges are we getting at 82? You're looking at Danny Dennis Sutton, Jayshawn Barham. Anybody who likes Barham doesn't know football. I'm just kidding. But that's it. Like, then we're hoping it's this and nothing else.
Yeah,
like,
I think you got to take the edge here.
I kind of do too, and then hope that Orange. I don't think Orange is going to be there, which breaks my heart. But then maybe we take Daryl Jackson.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And in worst case, like you said, we could go Benny, and so we could go.
No, we're not. I'm not saying Orange at 36. I'm saying I'd like Orange at 82 or 91.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be there.
Yeah,
don't yell
we're
at me.
We're talking 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like. I was going to ask about Gabe Yakis because have you guys given him any thought here with the Bills?
I have. I was talking about him with Kendall the other day. I just think he's more like if we're gonna go, not that they're the same player, but if we're gonna think about Gabe Yakis, I'd rather do Zion Young.
Okay. And linebackers not on the conversation here.
A little bit, but just
because I know Josiah Trotter's there, and I would be all in.
Of course you would. I don't want to bring him up because I just know that's where your head is. I mean, if Josiah Trotter is the thought, I'd rather trade back to 53.
Yeah. Okay. No, go the edge rusher, I think.
Which I'm not against. I mean, we're sitting here. We've got 36, 82, and 91. I don't hate the idea of getting 74 in the mix, but we're just moving down 17 spots right now. And I think that's a significant jump.
Yeah, I say don't do that. Because I think like Taurine York from Texas A&M, I'm watching him late. They could love him. That would be a player that makes so much sense for them.
All right,
I think the pass rusher. That I just think you get your edge. We've got interior defensive lineman flexibility later on.
Yes,
I
have Young higher. Yeah, see, I'm with Kendall. I really like Akis, but I probably wouldn't until mid-second round. That's kind of where I'm at. I have Young. I have Zion Young ahead of Malachi Lawrence, but I do have them similarly tiered. Mm-hmm. I like the fit and the idea of Lawrence's skill set and the pass rush pop more than I do Young's. So I'm leaning Malachi Lawrence. What are your thoughts?
Man, I think it makes a lot of sense. Young is ranked higher for me, but it's not by much. I mean, we're talking fractions of a point. And so to your guys' point of like the pass rush presence, the ability to.
Charles says Russ hates it. I feel like, yeah, if you want Young, and I said this offline. Russ is the guest. I know this is my show and I am the most handsome, but I will defer to what Russ's decision is. I'm cool either way.
No, take Malachi Lawrence. I
Yeah.
love it. Take it. Yep, do it.
Well, now
Because
it's
I
like
am
the
in
Cardinals
agreement that
draft.
if you do go Zion Young, it is very similar to what we've seen in the past of Carlos Basham. Obviously, not the same type of player, but
How dare you? Yeah.
just the second round guys. AJ Epinesa, he doesn't really have that one tool in the bag where you're like, that's going to win all the time in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Fair.
Where I think Lawrence gives you a little bit better variance and
All right.
from that perspective of rushing the passer.
So we're caving to the peer pressure. We're gonna go Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah.
No, no. And Noah says Malachi Lawrence screams Boogie Basham 2.0. I completely disagree. No
Yeah,
way.
I don't agree with that.
No way.
I don't agree with that
But
one.
fair. I don't mean to balk at
So-
your thought. There's somebody who really
Yeah.
wants Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
Somebody's he's all about Jeremy.
I like Jeremy Bernard. I don't mind
Jeremy
him.
Bernard. All right. We're going Lawrence. You're comfortable with that? You're cool with it?
I'm cool with it.
You sure?
Yeah. Click it. Let's
Positive?
roll. Yep.
I want to trade back so bad.
Don't do it.
I want to
We'll do it offline.
Like I feel like we could trade back to 44 and still get Malachi Lawrence. Like you mean to tell me if the Jets give us 44 and 103,
the double down is just not realistic.
Huh? What if we give them 165?
I know, but doubling down is just, I don't think that's realistic.
Do
it. I just don't think, I don't know. I just don't think that's like a realistic
I think a double trade down is possible.
I know it's possible, but it just never happens.
Shut up, Kendall. Kendall says don't game the system. And
yeah, dude.
All right.
I already settled on Malachi Lawrence. What else you want?
You guys are such cowards. I want to do this trade so bad. Wait, did you really feel like you're settling on Lawrence? If that's the case, let's take him.
No, I'm good. I'm on board with Malachi Lawrence.
Yo, I want to override this and do that trade so bad. All right, we'll be realistic because you guys all. Oh yes, I'm getting votes for trade. No, all right. You guys are cowards. I said all right. Malachi Lawrence, ready?
Roll.
You don't want to do that trade though. Move back 7 spots.
I love it, but it's just not. I know that would never happen. There was no way.
You don't know.
A team would
non-zero chance.
Yeah, I know.
You're right.
I know.
Welcome to Buffalo, Malachi Lawrence. No, that's good. I'm pleased. Okay.
Oh,
Zion Young went 2 picks later to the Browns.
This
is moving too fast. I should have made it slower.
Max.
Orange went to the Dolphins.
That's all right. That's all right. You know who's there? Chris McClellan.
He is. Oh, who wants to trade? The Bears. Oh.
I could do that. I would do that. 100% I would do that. You're getting an additional.
We move back 7 spots and we pick up pick 129, which is in the 4th round.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, let's see what's on the board first.
Genesis Smith, take him.
Oh, hold on.
I'm just kidding.
Shut up, RJ. Yeah. Charles says, it's going to have 12 draft picks at a 3-hour stream. I'm all about value, baby. Whatever it takes. Kendall has a question for you, Russ. He says, Russ, do you see Barham as more of an off-ball or linebacker or edge, or do you not want to limit him by taking away his Swiss Army knife versatility?
It's a great question. I view Barham as an off-ball linebacker. He ended up being a relatively highly ranked player for me. Just going to my grades, he was my 43rd overall player. And keep in mind, I rank players on a list of 1 through 110 or so, and I just pick a list and I kind of put it together, and then I just watch the film and grade them out. So that's kind of how my process has evolved. But I really do like Barham. I love the explosiveness. I think he can rush the passer. I love that first step quickness, but it's just the violence that he plays with that really sells me. I mean, he can he's so violent, whether it be at the line of scrimmage, in the box with some of that range, that sideline to sideline ability that he shows. I think he actually does a pretty decent job in space. Like he doesn't always get, I don't want to say he gets lost, but it's not like it's all the time. So it's one of those things where I think he's a little bit more consistent compared to other linebackers that we talk about, probably a
Mm,
little bit more highly. Like even Josiah Trotter, for example, like I give him all of his flowers as a run defender, but I do know like in zone he gets a little lost where I don't think Barham gets as lost as a player like Trotter. So very
that's
scenic
fair.
route to your question, but
No, I wanted to give you the floor. I know how much you like him. Yeah, my hope is he could be like a Leo Chenal light,
yeah,
literally because he's lighter. But like that idea of like a guy who can be a downhill thumper and an off ball inside linebacker spot, but also give you some edge pop against the run or as a rusher. I am intrigued on the idea of do you silo him and let him get better in one spot, or do you play to the Swiss Army knife versatility, which I think helped him, but also hurt him at Michigan because I feel like he never like I would have loved to see 2 full years of Barham at edge.
yeah,
I think that would have been really interesting. But
yeah,
I also liked at his value that he can do both. So I'm like speaking out of both sides of my mouth a little bit. Um, all right, I think we're pretty much alignment. Let's do this deal with the Bears where
yeah.
they give us 8. We move back 7 spots and we pick up an extra fourth. We cool with that?
Yep, yep.
Unless there's somebody, let's look at the board. Anybody you love here that you want to take right now that you feel like, nope, we can't wait. Got to capitalize on somebody. Any position. I went through like even there's a couple receivers I like, but again, we'll have 89 and 91. I feel confident we could take a receiver at 89 or 91. So there's receivers that I like there. Um, there's a couple interior defenders that I like that could be taken there. Um, so I'm
I'm loving
kind
the people that
of
are saying Barham. I got my screen open a little bit.
that's fair. A lot of people like him. I'm cool with making this trade back. We're cool with it. We're rocking it.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
All right, let's whatever. We're getting 89 and 129. The Bears get 82. All right, cool. We're accepting this offer. They took Malik Muhammad. Oh, Chris McClellan went. Barham went literally one pick before us.
Dang, dude. There is a super chat in there though for you.
Oh, good call. Arthur says, need to keep it realistic. Be like Bean in 2024, who traded back twice to grab Coleman. See, the Bills did it in real life. We could have traded back twice. They traded back with the Panthers and with the Chiefs.
I don't know. I do like how this board's setting up for us.
Should have listened to my heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. All right. I don't like any of these trades. I don't want to move back from 89 to the hundreds. We're
Yep,
cool with
I
that.
say
You in agreement?
Yep. Stay
All right.
here.
So now we have 2 picks in the next 3 picks.
So we could do some damage here. We could get a decent receiver. We could get a corner. We could get
Now, the Dolphins took Dominique Orange at 75.
okay.
I don't think they're going to take another interior defender. So I think this pick should be not interior defender.
Okay.
I can be swayed in a multitude of ways. There's some safeties I potentially like, even though I don't think, Bud Clark went 2 picks before. That's annoying.
Dang.
I don't love the linebackers here at this spot.
No.
Edge, look how the edge but dried up
Yes.
with what we did versus earlier. There's a couple guys I like here, and I think we would take either of them I'll tell you this, I'm leaning wide receiver right now just to make sure Miami doesn't take one, or they might, but who cares? We could take them. I would love to take either guy at 91 that I'm going to think of here, but interior defensive line, I'm looking at I have 2 thoughts right now, and it could potentially override the wide receiver conversation. I want to take Darrell Jackson and put him at nose in odd front stuff.
Okay.
And then have him play one tech in even front stuff. I also like the idea of Grayson Halton and playing him at 4i and then putting him at 3 tech. So he has odd front and even front stuff. Similar thing to Darrell Jackson. I think nose is the bigger need than 4i. But we could potentially get a true nose maybe later in the draft here, depending on how the board falls. I also, if we're getting receiver, I don't know how you feel about the receivers available here. We got Deion Burks, Skylar Bell, Brennan Thompson, Bryce Lance, a lot of names for a lot of folks. I like Deion Burks.
I like Deion Burks as well. So I would be on board with that. I mean, I think he would he would be utilized at times in the short areas, similar to like Khalil Shakir a little bit. But I think Burks has that ability to go vertical. I think he can win. I think he can stretch the field a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I like Burks here. The other option for me would have been Bryce Lance, but we might be
Mm-hmm.
able to hold on that. And I only say that just because I think he gives them a little bit of a different skill set with how he wins vertically. I mean, he just gets downfield. He can go up and get the football. I think that would be a really fun connection with him and Josh Allen. But I mean,
Yeah. I'm
I like Burks here. I'm with
What are
you.
your thoughts on Skylar Bell? I'll give you
I haven't.
mine first. I like Skylar Bell from the speed standpoint.
Mhm.
He he plays, I don't know if it's because he plays upright or if he doesn't have lower body flex or bend. I just think there's not a lot of polish to his route running. There's not a lot of explosion or suddenness or sharpness in his movements. It's
Yeah.
really just like catch a ball on a drag and hope you can get around the corner and get upfield. But then, like, you might also go out of bounds because you don't have that lower body flexion and flexibility to kind of turn and get up the sideline smoothly. I feel like he's kind of more of a one trick pony, even though I do like the size. He's almost 6 foot. He's 192 pounds. Dude can absolutely fly.
Mhm.
I just didn't like him as much as I thought. I like Dion Burks more than I do Skylar Bell. And if we're going from a where are my notes on Dion Burks? Yeah, who can just again smaller dude, 5'9", 180, but 94th percentile 10-yard split, 97th percentile 40 because he ran a 4.3, 98th percentile in the vert, 92nd percentile in the broad, 98th percentile in the bench press, in case that matters or means anything to you. I just
Yeah.
think pure juice, pure explosion. Um, I, I
I'm
keep
with you.
I keep thinking back to that double move against Michigan, and then he tracks the
Mhm.
ball and gets his feet down on the sideline. Um, yeah, uh,
No,
like
I
I
like
like
him.
Burks. I just don't
I'm
know
on.
how if it's more slot viable than he is like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, but they've got some flexibility there where I think they can
I would say you could use him as a Z, even move him around a little
you can
bit.
bunch formation things, you can condense things down. Um, so I think
He's just so explosive.
yeah, I think you can. I think Joe Brady can get creative there.
And he does have a
I
lot of outside experience. He's got 773 snaps in the slot. He's got 1,423 out wide. Granted, I know he's a
yeah,
smaller guy. Um,
yeah. I mean Burks, Moore, Shakir, Kincaid. It's a pretty good couple of options
I'm not
there. And
opposed to Lance. My thought is, or again, we could double up on D line. We could take the nose now in Daryl Jackson, and then we could take a 4-eye in Grayson Halton after. What are your thoughts? Do you want to double dip on the D line? Do you want to go receiver D line? What are your thoughts here?
what picks do we have coming up?
We have 89, and then we pick literally 2 picks later at 91. And then our next pick after that is
120.
126. And then we have 126 and 129.
Hmm. 91, 126, 129. Man, I do like the idea of Burks here. I like getting another weapon in the offense because then, you know,
I'm just good
yeah,
with
I no, I think that's the right move
that. I
because
pop wide receiver, whoever's the fastest.
I still think you could double down on interior D linemen. I still think you could find somebody to fit exactly, because we could go Daryl Jackson coming up and then go get another 4-eye.
We could, yes. Or, I mean, we pick at 126. Maybe Stribling is there. I just
Maybe,
think
yeah. I
that's
don't think
tough to
Lance will be
hope.
there.
No, I don't think Lance will be there.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you're comfortable like Kevin Coleman or Jeff Caldwell, but
Not really. I didn't
I
like
don't
Coleman too much. If we had to take a receiver right now, who's the receiver you're taking?
Burks. That's the one
Burks?
I say go Burks. I think Joe Brady's got to go get somebody that he wants to mold and build into his offense. Like, there's no way he's just gonna keep rolling with the same guys, right? I mean, I know he went
Yeah.
out and got more, but
I have all these
and
dudes in like a similar like tier. The whole like I have Burks and Bryce Lance. I have both of them ahead of Skylar Bell, but I have them all in like a similar tier of
yeah,
guys.
I say go Burks.
Yeah, I just think like he's just so dynamic. I think he's a good ball tracker. He's got good awareness. I think he's got good playmaking ability.
Yeah, his burst, dude. He plays bigger than he is. His lower body
Yeah,
is he's yoked in his lower
yeah.
body, dude. Like, well built.
I think yeah,
I think
I
yeah,
understand he's small. I understand he's 5'9", like 180. I just think he plays bigger than that. He's got some shake
yep.
to him. He's got burst. He's actually got some contact balance. He's a better route runner than I think he gets credit for.
And Khalil Shakir's not always 100% healthy either. Like, lower body
True.
element
And
injuries
Khalil,
are becoming a thing.
yes. And none of the receivers on the Bills roster have the juice that Burks has. He ran a 4.3, and it's a real
Yeah,
4.3. He'd immediately
yeah,
be the fastest receiver on the field.
yeah. You take him. Pull the trigger. Let's go.
All right.
I
All
love
right.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
think it.
de facto to you. I like it. All right, we're taking Deion Burks.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, the Dolphins took Nussmeier. Interesting. Okay.
Go defense. I think you go Daryl Jackson here, man.
Yeah, Daryl Jackson, shore up the nose. Because
Yeah.
here's my thought. I don't think we pick again at 126, so we're a little ways away. Oh, hold on. Let's see trade options. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Unless you wanted to go Xavier Harris, but
yeah, don't. I'm torn
with Holt.
between thinking right now of what's more valuable, addressing the nose or addressing the 4-eye. What do you think? And we're essentially getting into like fourth round territory, so I'm cool. I'm just being like, oh, okay, we're in the third round, but it's like, like I got no problem taking guys if it's like I have more of like a third, more of like a late third, fourth on Jackson.
Yeah.
I just think he can do the dirty work, and I'd let him be like, okay, just go be long and mean inside.
Yeah, I say go that route.
Let
I
me
think
go
he
to my
gives you
notes.
I
Yeah,
think he gives you a little
92nd percentile for arm length, 97th for hand size, 94th for height, 251 career snaps at nose. I just think let him. He's 6'5" and 3/8, 315 pounds. Just go be like long and strong on the inside.
yeah. No, I like that. I think that makes sense. I mean,
And see,
the way
here's the thought of like John Roberts says, like not selecting Kristen Miller or Cade McDonald is almost criminal. Two noses who could propel the Bills' run defense from 28th in the league to 13th or so. I think a nose here could also do that. I don't, now I don't have Daryl Jackson to the level of Kristen Miller or Cade McDonald, but I still think adding that role helps. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm torn either way. I like Holton. I again, but I would take Holton and put him at 4-eye in the odd fronts, and then I'd put him at 3-tech in the even fronts. So I could be swayed either way, Daryl Jackson or Grayson Holton. I'm going to de facto to you. You're saying Daryl Jackson?
Yeah, that's what I would say. I think just with his length and the ability as a pass rusher, I think is there. But like to your point, I think you can get a plus player in the run game and stopping that with that length. I think that you could just mold him into so much more. Go
That's fair.
Jackson.
And I get where Charles is coming from here. Where Charles say? Charles said, "Where am I?" Or who said? Where am I? Oh yeah, Charles said, "Bean will sign a big ugly." He could, but you can't guarantee that, and I don't want to guarantee that in this make believe fake exercise we're doing.
Right. If
All
they
right,
had DJ Reader right now, that would settle this.
we wouldn't even be having this conversation. All right, cool. Daryl Jackson.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's let this roll.
I feel very good about where we are right now.
I kind of do too. I wanted to see who took. I didn't see. Oh, Bryce Lance went 103, almost kind of right at where he was ranked.
Yeah.
Oh, Stribling went right before us. I would have lost my mind. All right, no, I don't like these trade offers. All right. So far, Malachi Lawrence, Deion Burks, Daryl Jackson. Now I feel like we're kind of getting into the territory of kind of
Linebacker,
BPA.
corner.
Yeah, let's see
Yeah.
like who's on the board. Let's see what's up. How do I get out of this? Thank you.
I mean, guard still has to come into
Yeah,
conversation, I
let's
still
look at
think.
interior O
Oh,
line.
Jeremiah Wright. Oh my
I
God.
would say your boy. I knew he'd be there. And backer. All right. What are your did? Okay, let me. All right. This is interior O line, corner, and linebacker right now.
Harold Perkins is intriguing. I don't think he necessarily fits, but I love him as a weapon. I think what you get out of him as a pass rusher, he's one of my favorites. I mean, I've said it on this show before. Seeing what he did in 23 and 22 as a 17 and 18-year-old in LSU. It's talked about with other players all the time about, Dylan Thieneman, what he looked like at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Other players, what do they look like? Max Clare, what he looked like in 2024 is different than what he looked like in 2025. So, Harold Perkins is kind of that player for me when we get in that category. But I think he's more of like a Will. But
and keep in mind we have two picks in the next four. So we've got 126 and we have 129.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at it, and one of my thoughts is like, man, we could have tried to trade all of our late draft capital and move up. But I'm also like, no, we want to be realistic. I don't want to be. That's like doing the fantasy trade of like, hey, do you want these three guys off my bench who have a combined like 10 fantasy points for your wide receiver one?
What do you think of Devin Marshall?
So immediately for corner, that's who my eye went to.
Yeah.
And now I'm not trying to game up like the system. But I'm like looking and seeing where he's pegged right now here. And I'm thinking like, okay, he's listed at like 158. Just I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna unfilter this for a minute. Sorry, I'm like reading and thinking all at once. Justin Jolly was a tight end who came in for a 30 visit with the Bills, which is interesting. Quarterback.
Drew Aller.
BJ Payne. I'm just like scrolling in general. Bryce Betcher. I know a lot of Bills people like Caleb Elarms or from TCU. He also came to Buffalo on a 30 visit. He is still there. What is he ranked here on this? He's 175th. All right. I also hold on. I want to see. I really like Bishop Fitzgerald, a late day 3 safety. Where is he? Am I crazy? Oh, interesting. 198. Okay. I feel like he could be had later. That would make me happy.
Yep.
All right. Jeremiah Wright, your boy. Do you feel strong enough about Jeremiah Wright to want him here?
I mean, I'm not opposed to
he's the second ranked interior lineman on the board. So
and
he's the first guard. So there's a chance he could be gone in the next like little bit.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that, and then going with the corner potentially, and then maybe getting the linebacker after that. Because I think Wright can play left or right and be just fine.
Okay. And then would you want to look at somebody like Harold Perkins? Perkins intrigues me so much, and I don't know if it's because I'm still hanging on to like his freshman year.
You want to double down on linebackers there? Or you mean right here?
Or anywhere. I mean, we have 126 and 129. Just based off the rankings, I feel like Perkins will be gone by 165. But I'm not opposed to going like Perkins and like Elarms or Perkins and another linebacker.
You want to go guard and Perkins here and then follow it up with another linebacker after that? Like,
I kind of could.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I kind of could. These are the hardest times of the year.
I think it's great. I think that would be, you're getting I think a plug and play guy at guard if you needed him to.
Okay.
I
I try.
love the
Yeah.
physicality in Jeremiah Wright at guard. You get the weapon with Perkins.
Yeah.
Utilize him. You can potentially have him off the edge as a
I
pass
mean, you don't
rusher,
have to. Yeah.
and you
He
could blitz
was,
him.
dude, he was so nasty as a freshman. It's such a shame that he got hurt, man.
Yeah, but
Um,
you can blitz him from, various alignments. He can be in the slot,
that's true. You could do like big nickel stuff with him or like
yeah,
just on like sub package work with him. And a guy like
yeah.
Jim Leonard, do we
I
want to
think
take, all right, who do we want to take first? Do we want to take Wright or Perkins? I don't think it'll matter. Well, I don't
I
think
don't
it'll
think it'll
matter.
I don't think it'll matter.
All right. Who
I'm
do you
with
want
you.
to take first?
Let's get the guard because I think either one of those teams could always go guard, right?
All right. Let's go Wright. Jeremiah Wright, your boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Bang.
All right. Now we're taking Perkins.
Yeah, that's what I think, dude.
Okay. I'm down. I just like that. I'm twofold. I want to not keep talking about, but my thought is still like, man, if only he was what he was as like a freshman still with the injury. But then I'm like, you know what? He's
Yeah.
still pretty sweet. And a guy like Jim Leonard could actually do some fun things with his explosiveness and athleticism that he still possesses.
Yep. No, I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm gonna go
I
Perkins. Perkins?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I
right.
love it.
I'm listening to you. Let's do it. Justin.
Jolly went.
Yeah,
Dang,
Justin
man.
Jolly.
I don't
Oh,
know
Devin
how to feel
Arcola.
about him. I don't know how to feel about Jolly.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't dive into too much of his tape. Oh, Elarms Orr is still there for a lot of Bills fans. What do you think of
Man,
Max Llewellyn? Did you watch Llewellyn from Iowa?
I one game, maybe two in the fall.
Did he do anything for you?
No.
Okay, me neither. That's essentially what I watched him, and there were a couple times who did I watch him against?
I think I
Oh, Indy.
watched him.
I watched him against Indiana in another game, and
I think it was Indiana, Nebraska for me.
oh, that's fair.
But yeah, he didn't do much.
TJ Hall is a corner I kind of like. Oh, we have two picks in the next four, just like we did earlier. I'm thinking we go
Yeah.
corner and we go backer.
Yeah,
Well, anything.
I love linebacker and corner here. I'm with you. I think just doubling down, get some pieces on defense, and maybe from there, then we go maybe offense the rest of the way.
I
I
want
don't know.
Bishop Fitzgerald at 182. That's my
Okay.
non-negotiable. Maybe not though. We'll see what happens.
No, I love it.
Um, have you watched TJ Hall from Iowa? I'm just always a
No.
sucker for corners who like play the run and are just like mean and nasty. And he like is one of those dudes. I think I clipped it, but I didn't post it because I got lost watching um Xavier Nwampa, the safety from there.
Oh, okay.
But TJ Hall is just like he's just your prototypical like physical corner, not the best athlete, not like a huge long speed guy. But he's just like mean and he plays run defense. Like they run their Indiana is on the left hash and they're trying to get to the field and they short motion or they bring not even short motion. They bring in, I think Omar Cooper from the outside and bring him in all the way tight. And so it condenses everything. And then they try to run a sweep to the field.
And he
And
blows it up.
Bro, he puts his shoulder right into Cooper's chest, blows the whole thing up. But then he only has one arm. He can't get to the running back. The running back cuts through and then ends up getting like a gain of 7 because nobody makes a stop.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just a sucker for corners who come up and are like, "Oh, you want to run to my side? Good luck." And he's one of the corners at this spot, like late, who I've watched a little bit of and I can hang my hat on. So I kind of like him as a corner late here. But I wanted to see your thoughts on really we can go anybody.
No,
But
let's
my
take
thought
him.
is corner and backer. Should we go corner now and then backer again, and then we'll come back and maybe grab like Elam's Orr? How do you feel about Elam's Orr? Have you watched him?
I watched one game and he didn't do poorly, but I just felt like there were times where like either he was hesitating too much or he just didn't know how to like navigate through certain parts of traffic in
Mm.
the box. And that was maybe just that particular game. But I need to watch more. I know there's some people out there that have like a ton of conviction on him. So
Yeah,
I thought he could blitz, but
yeah. Go ahead.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
that was really the big that was like the big trait where I was like, okay, he can blitz, but I don't know. Everything else I just felt like it was too muddy. I don't know if like there was just too much of a push happening in front of him where he couldn't, get to his landmarks or process fast enough. But
Yeah. For me, I was like, I like his short area, like explosiveness or like quickness, athleticism. I just think
Mhm.
I don't know if it's eyes processing, IDs, like however you want to like verbalize it. I feel like that's where, but again, at this stage, I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take the guy who's like got some explosion to him and just maybe needs to be coached up a little bit.
Yeah.
In that regard, I don't know why I didn't put in. Yeah, there we go. 67th percentile for the 10-yard split, 95th for his 40. He ran a 4.47. 94th percentile for his vert, 84th percentile for his broad, 6'2, 234 pounds, 27th percentile for arm length. So heavier than what the Bills backers are now.
Yeah.
Milano and Bernard were both like 220, 223 pounds top. So he's heavier, but dude can fly. He's got some explosion to him. He just needs to kind of improve his eyes a little bit. I'm down for going corner and linebacker here. What do you think? We'll go TJ Hall and Earl Armsor if they're both there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking of
No, I'm
going with
good.
I'm thinking let's go with the corner first or the linebacker first. What do you think? I'll let you make that call.
I think you got to go corner.
Okay. We'll go TJ Hall. And now Earl Armsor.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
This has
Okay.
been very solid, I feel like.
I mean, this is our board right now. Who we took? We got Malachi Lawrence, Deion Burks, Daryl Jackson, Jeremiah Wright, Harold Perkins, T.J. Hall, and Caleb Elarmzora. I'm actually pretty happy with this.
Yeah. No, I like it.
I actually think the chat will be pretty happy with this too.
And
Yeah, I
next,
know. Like and Nathan says, wish Hall had more speed, almost 4.6, 1,000%. Like if TJ Hall ran like a low 4.5 or a higher 4.4, he would be a day 2 pick or an early day 3 pick with how physical and like good he is
yeah.
against the run. But I'm just trying to take a guy late. We're here late. Like if you can give me something I can hang my hat on, and I think this dude is going to be tough and physical and play the run, which I
Plus, you
know
get those
for
guys
most
on
is
special
sexy.
teams too. Like,
Oh, I mean, that's fair. Special teams matter. That is fair.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just not a lot. I mean, this isn't a big like explosive dude or athletic dude. I just think he's nasty and he's going to play the run, and I'll take that. I can hang my hat on that guy, and then again, play a
Yeah.
little bit some teams as needed. Okay, cool. Um,
Bishop Fitzgerald, right?
he is here, and I do like him.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Especially at this point.
You put me on to him. I'm excited to watch TJ Hall tonight. That's going to be what I do right after this.
I was watching for Max Llewellyn, and then I was watching for Xavier Nwankpa, the safety from Iowa, who's actually pretty fun too. And yeah, I kept noticing the first thing was TJ Hall. He meets, I forget, I think they run duo. I think Indiana runs duo, and TJ Hall inserts on the running back and gets underneath him and literally stands him
Scoops
up.
him. I know what play you're talking about.
And they fall forward a little, but I was like, oh, number 2, like good pop. And then
Yeah.
he had that run play. He blew it up later, and I was like, what year is this dude eligible? And I like looked up the roster from Iowa and then Googled him. I was like, oh, he's eligible now. So I was just like, okay, let me watch number 2 as I'm doing some other things. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. Yeah. And then Bishop Fitzgerald, I mean, like, I think a guy who can play deep. He's got good instincts. He reads the game well. I think he's a fine enough tackler and a guy that I'll take with good instincts. Tons of ball production at USC
Yep.
and at, I think, NC State before that. So his NC State tape is super fun. He's out there jumping routes. Like, I'm a sucker for any dude who plays single high and is out there like jumping over routes and jumping posts, because that means you're reading what's happening. You're seeing the route distribution, you're reading the quarterback, and you're taking a good angle. And I just feel like that is kind of where he is as a player. I want to pull up his. Hold on. Don't yell at me.
No, I like Fitzgerald a lot, man. I thought he showed really good range. I thought he could play in various alignments. I like the way he came up the field. I mean, he gets after it, has some urgency to him.
Yes.
Good tackler.
13 forced incompletions
Yep.
throughout his 3 years of playing, 11 career interceptions, 5 at USC this past year, and
Yeah.
then 3 at NC State in 2024 and 3 the year before that at NC State. Yeah, I just again, it's late. Can you take somebody who can hang your hat on in some way, shape, or form? And I'll take the guy who kind of is a little bit of a ball hawk.
Yeah, and you get a special teams guy. I love it.
Yeah, right. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Ball production, instincts. Let's do it. Bishop Fitzgerald, come on down. All right. And what do we get? I think we have our last pick coming up at 220.
I think you got to go offense here.
Okay. I think this is our last pick, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I like how our draft shaped up. This actually went pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
yeah.
got a good, decent grade as of right now. You like it? You're happy?
Oh yeah. I love this. I love adding pieces, key pieces in like a depth perspective, special teams guys, but guys like that you said you can hang your hat on, but like if I get them in my system, I'm going to develop into something more. You have like a vision with these players, and I
Yeah.
think that's what we have with the players that we've taken here so far.
Well said. All right, where do you want to go here?
I do like the thought of looking at interior defensive line just once more, just for the heck of it, just to see. But
oh, your boy?
Yeah, man. He's fun. He is fun. I
Bobby
couldn't stop
Jamison
watching his
Travis?
tape. And he's got some juice as a
He
nose.
does. He does. He flashed for me. Yeah, we were talking about the other night. He flashed for me when I was watching Falk and Crawford. Crawford, I kind of like Crawford. I don't know where to take him or what to do with him. But man, for a guy who doesn't have the biggest or the longest arms and isn't the biggest dude, he's got some run defense reps that surprise the hell out of me. Like he bangs off the edge and he's mean. And I was like, oh, like, okay.
Yeah,
I'll say Bobby Jamison. I feel like we can take anything. We can take whoever is a favorite guy of yours. I don't care what position. It's the last pick we got. We're sitting here in round 7. It could be Bobby Jamison Travis. We could go, offense. We could go receiver again. We could go tight end. If there's anybody you're feeling strong about.
What's that running back? Just because.
Oh, fair enough. Running backs. Noah Whittington.
Can you go back up to the top real quick? I was changing screens. Roman Hemby. I do like Roman Hemby, but last pick, I'm going to say Bobby Jamison Travis. That's
right with you.
As fun as it would be to take another wide receiver, I don't think you need to take a tight end. I like wide receiver here. There's nothing that really wows me here. I mean,
okay.
No.
Any other? I would say any position. Well, we can do whatever you want. Let's go. You want Bobby Jamison Travis?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought him up. I forgot all about him.
I was just scrolling D-line because you mentioned D-line, and I was like, look who's there.
Dude, I love it. What a draft.
I feel like the grade is gonna ding us because he's ranked at 312, and I don't care. I'm also a fan of guys with 3 names. Let's do it. We did it. I think this went well. We didn't get yelled at too much.
No, great draft. Revamped the defense completely.
Okay.
B+, dude. Great work, dude. Soundtrack of clapping. Great job.
We didn't go crazy.
No.
Could have traded back that one time, though.
We could have, but
this is fun. I would take this. Malachi Lawrence. So for those listening, we ended this draft. So we had pick 26. We traded back from pick 26 with the Minnesota Vikings to get pick 36 and 82. At pick 36, we took Malachi Lawrence. At pick 82 that we got from Minnesota, we flipped that to the Bears for 89 and 129. At 89, we took Deion Burks, wide receiver from Oklahoma, which, if anybody cares about the grades from the site we're on, was our highest pick of the draft, or highest graded pick at A-. Then at pick 91, we took Darrell Jackson Jr., nose, an interior defensive lineman from Florida State. Lots of length, lots of power. Pick 126, we came back with one of Russ's favorites, Jeremiah Wright, powerful, nasty physical guard out of Auburn. If you want some tape on him, just search Russ's name on Twitter and Jeremiah Wright, and there's clips of him just putting dudes in the dirt, which is pretty fun. Harold Perkins might be my favorite pick at 129, especially in Jim Leonard's defense. The athleticism, the juice, the promise, the ceiling that still might be there. Worst case, some special teams aspect, but I think some sub package work could be cool for him. Never know, maybe more. And then late in this draft, we took TJ Hall, corner from Iowa. More of a zone-based corner, but a guy who's strong coming forward, physical, set the edge as a run defender, come up, be mean and be nasty. Something to hang your hat on potentially as a corner 3 or a corner 4 in this defense and give you some special teams value. Caleb Elarms, or some people have him as like a third round type of guy. We got him at pick 168. Juice, short range ability, still kind of fixing some things or learning the game from an eyes and processing standpoint. I also think he's a guy who maybe started football late, like he didn't start playing till high school. And didn't become a full-time backer until like last couple of years or something like that.
Yeah,
so
while he was
ceiling.
at TCU. Yeah,
there you go. Yep, so maybe some ceiling there as well. But again, worst case, athleticism, special teams, cool. Hang your hat late. Bishop Fitzgerald, tons of ball production at college, a guy who can play in 2 high looks, single high looks, reads route distributions well, will jump, read quarterbacks' eyes, jump routes. Takes good angles with the ball in the air, a lot of ball production, good instincts, good play recognition and processing. We got him at pick 182. And then we got Bobby Jamison Travis, interior defensive lineman from Auburn, a guy that Russ really likes. And I think in our texting too, I think you mentioned Eric liked him as well.
Yep.
And yeah, a guy who, if you're watching Auburn tape, and you're looking, there's Keldrick Falk, or there's K'Ron Crawford. And you're like, who's 97? 97 keeps making plays.
Yep.
Oh, we got some.
No, I love it. I love it. What a draft. This was phenomenal. We didn't make that move with the Chiefs, which I'm so happy.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't dance with the devil. Okay. No. I got to figure out how to copy this. I'm too scared to click like share my draft and have it go away. So I'm probably going to take a picture of it with my phone. Maybe, I don't know.
No, if you do that, it should download.
Share my draft.
Yeah.
So click this.
I think
you don't see. That's why you said I think. I'm going to drop it down and then I'll do it when we end. This is a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. Great time.
And we went longer. But it was productive. We did. But it wasn't too bad. Hour and a half. Not too bad. So any parting thoughts? I'm going to let you go and I'm going to say goodbye to the people. Any parting thoughts on this draft, on this exercise that we did, on the draft in general? Or feel free to just plug your Substack. I know you're mentioning like the email stuff is signing up full and fast for the draft report. Your work is awesome. So the floor is yours. Whatever you want to talk about, and then be on your merry way. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. As always, we did this a few weeks ago. That was fun. And this was a fun exercise. So appreciate it. Glad we could talk through every pick, and that was a lot of fun. But find me over at Twitter at Russ NFL Draft. Check out my Substack where my draft content is, the draft report.substack.com. Be sure to subscribe there. There is a paid subscription base. Your support would mean the world to me. And of course, reach out to me over at Twitter at Russ NFL Draft. So appreciate it. Excited for next week. Can't wait for the draft. I'm sure we'll be talking after you wrap this up. So
I was gonna say,
we'll be texting. So have a great night, brother.
I appreciate you, homie. As always, thank you for taking the time. This was super fun. I know we went long, but not crazy long.
We're good,
but nonetheless, I apologize. I appreciate you. Enjoy your night. I will text you after this. You're awesome. I appreciate you. And a nice comment for you before you go. Ben says, you guys are a great watch. Thanks for jumping in, Russ. Always enjoy when you are on.
Yeah.
So it was nice that he started with a truth and then a lie at the end by saying that he always enjoys when you're on. But no, we appreciate Ben. That's awesome. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night, Russ. I'll close down the shop and turn the lights off. I appreciate you. I'll text you in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see you
later. Mr. Russell Brown, friend of the show, awesome person. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It stressed me out, but it was fun. And it was also, again, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't done A lot of drafts from Stick to the Model, although it is one that I really like, a platform that I like. And so I didn't know how to game it up. I purposefully don't do Stick to the Model, so that way if I do them on episodes closer to draft time, I can't game everything up. So this was fun. I hope you folks enjoyed this episode. It was nice not really knowing what to expect or how to game things up. We made some trades, we made some moves, and I think all things considered, came out with a pretty strong group and a pretty strong class. And yeah, it was fun to do it with Russ and see the engagement for everybody in the chat. RJ says, always good to see Russ, one of the most knowledgeable, quote unquote, ball knowers out there. 1000%. Russ is absolutely phenomenal in every way, shape, and form. You know what else is phenomenal in every way, shape, and form? One Pie Pizza, the best pizza in Buffalo, New York. I don't say that because they sponsor the show. They sponsor the show because I sincerely think they are the best pizza in Buffalo, New York. Sweet sauce pie, cup and char pepperoni, amazing, amazing, amazing homemade blue cheese, amazing homemade red sauce, great ingredients and variety of specialty pizzas. They can customize a pizza for you if you want. If you get veggies, they chop them up and sprinkle them up evenly across the pie, or any different toppings. You just get an even amount of, taste and dispersion across the pizza. I don't know if dispersion is a word, but whatever, we're rolling with it. They also have a catering division called Elevated Catering of Buffalo. I've had them do multiple events and occasions for, events and occasions that I've had. Great food. I always get some pizza attached to it as well, but homemade mac and cheeses, just a variety of like actual real dishes like rice and chicken and salads and things. And it just, everything they make is sincerely amazing. And they're really good people on top of it. I always say, they're really good people making really good food, and the really good people aspect comes from, just all the giving that they do, and the paying it forward that they do for the city and the community of Buffalo at large, whether it's partnering with Roswell, partnering with the SPCA, the Alzheimer's Foundation, Toys for Tots. They're just really good people making really good food. Also, really great breakfast pizza. If breakfast pizza is your deal, go get yourself some One Pie Pizza if you live in the Buffalo area. If you don't and you're visiting, get yourself some One Pie Pizza. If you live in Rochester, drive here, get yourself some One Pie. Or if you live anywhere, come drive here, fly here, get yourself some One Pie. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to throw up the banner. This is Toodles, folks, because we are going to start to wind down and say goodbye. Thank you very much to Marino's Legacy, Giannis, and Arthur Kraft for your super chats in this episode. I appreciate you being here in general, but the monetary donation is sincerely appreciated. And myself and the team are extremely grateful for it. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your super chat. Hope you folks enjoyed this episode. I apologize if I didn't get to every single comment or thought as we went through, as I was manning the draft and kind of the episode in general. But if there's something on your mind, thought, question, comment, concern, get at me on Twitter at pro__ant. That's pro 2_ANT. Get at me on Blue Sky at proant. No underscores there, just PROANT. Or leave a comment here on YouTube, or get at me in the Cover One Insiders Discord. DMing me is always the best way, shape, or form there to get after me. Thank you very much to everybody who tuned in. It's one of my favorite times of year. It's always fun, but stressful to do mock drafts. I wouldn't want to do this first one and maybe only one with anyone other than Russ. So major thank you to Russ. Follow his work. Like, not even just to plug it, sign up and subscribe to his Substack. You will not be disappointed. He's, like RJ mentioned earlier, one of the best ball knowers and true ball knowers out there, especially when it comes to this time of year. So thank you very much to Russ. He's awesome. Appreciate you folks. Thank you to everyone who watched live in this episode. All the engagement, the back and forth with myself and Russ. I think we all collectively in this war room put together a pretty good draft and had a fun episode. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. If you're still here live, please, 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 and thank you, drop a like on this video before you leave. I know it's corny to ask for that, but likes are the lifeblood of these streams. So please drop a like on this video if you enjoyed this content. If you're watching post live, that's cool too. Please drop a like on this video, no matter what, here on YouTube. Subscribe to the Cover One channel. Turn on notifications for the Disguise Coverage playlist. If you're listening on one of the audio platforms, that's cool too. Please rate and review and subscribe. Tell your family and friends and loved ones about this show and try and turn them onto it. If you hated this episode, or you hate this show, or you hate me, tell your enemies and try and ruin their day or night or week or month or year by making them watch this instead. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. I hope you and your family and friends and loved ones are all doing well and staying safe. Be kind to one another. Take care of one another. I will see you when I see you. Thank you for all the kind words for myself and Russ and the channel throughout this episode. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Godspeed. And as always, go Bills.